Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel, where we talk about all things health and wellness. Today's topic is something that affects millions of people worldwide: having a weak heart. Our hearts are the engines that keep our bodies running, and when they're not functioning at their best, it can impact our daily lives. But don't worry, there are plenty of things you can do to support your heart health and ensure you're living your best life. In this video, we'll be discussing 8 things you should avoid doing if you have a weak heart, as well as some helpful tips for taking care of your cardiovascular system. So sit back, relax, and let's dive in. Number 1. Ignore symptoms. Alright, so the first thing you should not do if you have a weak heart is to ignore any symptoms that might be giving you trouble. I mean, let's face it, we all love to ignore our problems and hope they just magically disappear. But unfortunately, that's not how it works when it comes to our heart health. If you're experiencing shortness of breath, chest pain, or just feeling like you're running out of steam faster than usual, don't brush it off and pretend everything is fine. These symptoms could be a sign that your heart needs a little extra love and attention, so make sure to schedule an appointment with your doctor and get it checked out. Remember, a little proactive care now can go a long way in preventing bigger issues down the road. So let's not ignore our heart's cries for help, and let's take care of it like the precious engine that it is. We've got some great resources and helpful tips to keep your heart happy and healthy. So don't be shy, click that link and explore all the goodness waiting for you. Number 2. Smoke. Alright, folks, it's time to talk about the second thing you should avoid doing if you have a weak heart: smoking. Now I know what you might be thinking, but smoking makes me look cool, right? Well, let me tell you, there's nothing cool about damaging your cardiovascular system. In fact, smoking is one of the biggest risk factors for heart disease, which means that if you have a weak heart, lighting up could be doing serious harm. Cigarettes contain all sorts of nasty chemicals that can cause your arteries to narrow and your blood pressure to skyrocket, putting extra strain on your heart. So if you're a smoker, it's time to kick that habit to the curb and give your heart the break it deserves. Trust me, your body and your wallet will thank you for it. And hey, if you need a little motivation, think of all the cool new hobbies you can pick up when you're not spending all your money on cigarettes. Number 3. Overexert yourself. Alrighty, time for point number 3 on the list of things to avoid if you've got a weak heart. And this one might surprise you. It's all about avoiding overexertion. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but I'm a gym rat. I love nothing more than pumping iron and pushing my body to the limit. And hey, I get it. Exercise is important and can be a real mood booster. But if you've got a weak heart, it's important to listen to your body and avoid overdoing it. You don't want to be lifting weights so heavy you're turning into the Hulk, or running so fast you're breaking the sound barrier. No. We want to keep that heart of yours beating at a healthy pace. So, talk to your doctor about what types of exercise are safe for you, and make sure to take breaks when you need them. Remember, it's not a competition. The most important thing is taking care of your body in a way that feels good for you. And hey, if you're looking for some exercise ideas that won't leave you feeling like you just ran a marathon, there are plenty of fun options out there. Maybe try a dance class, take up swimming, or just go for a leisurely stroll in the park. The possibilities are endless, and your heart will thank you for it. Number 4. Consume excessive salt. You may think that adding a pinch of salt here and there to your food won't hurt, but consuming excessive amounts of salt can really put your heart in a pinch, pun intended. Let me explain it to you in a way that will keep you on the edge of your seat. When you consume too much salt, it can lead to an increase in blood pressure. Think of your blood vessels as tiny little pipes carrying blood throughout your body. When your blood pressure rises, it's like turning up the pressure on those little pipes. Over time, this can cause damage to your blood vessels, making them stiff and narrow. Your heart has to work extra hard to pump blood through those stiff and narrow blood vessels, which can lead to all sorts of heart problems. It's like asking your heart to run a marathon while wearing a backpack full of rocks. Not a good idea, right? Excessive salt consumption can also lead to fluid retention, which can make your blood vessels even more full and bloated. Imagine trying to run a marathon with water balloons strapped to your legs. Yeah, it's not going to be pretty. If you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a big thumbs up. Number 5. Ignore medication. You see, medications for your heart are like the superhero squad that protects your ticker from all the bad guys. They work tirelessly to keep your blood pressure, cholesterol, and other important factors in check. so your heart can function properly. But if you ignore these medications, it's like sending your superheroes on vacation and leaving your heart vulnerable to attack. Imagine if Batman decided to skip a day of crime fighting and instead went to the beach. Gotham City would be in chaos. The same goes for your heart. If you skip your medication, your blood pressure and cholesterol levels can get out of control, causing damage to your heart and blood vessels. And here's the thing, even if you're feeling fine and dandy, it doesn't mean you should skip your medication. Just because you can't see the bad guys doesn't mean they're not lurking around the corner. In fact, some heart conditions may not show symptoms until it's too late. So it's important to take your heart medication as prescribed by your doctor. If you're having trouble remembering to take your medication, try setting an alarm or putting a reminder in your phone. And if you're experiencing side effects or have concerns about your medication, don't hesitate to talk to your doctor. They're there to help you stay on track and keep your heart healthy. Number 6. Consume too much alcohol. Well, hate to break it to you, but too much alcohol can be seriously detrimental to your heart health. You see, excessive alcohol consumption can lead to high blood pressure, which can put extra strain on your heart and increase your risk of heart disease. And let's be real, nobody wants that kind of drama in their life. So it's important to be mindful of your alcohol intake and try to limit it as much as possible. That doesn't mean you have to give up your margaritas entirely. I mean, who are we kidding here? But try to stick to the recommended guidelines. No more than 1 drink a day for women and 2 drinks a day for men. And hey, if you're looking for a fun alternative to alcohol, why not try experimenting with some fancy mocktail recipes? You might just discover a new favorite drink that's just as delicious as your go-to cocktail. So let's raise a glass, of water of course, to our heart health and drink responsibly. Number 7. Ignore a healthy diet. I know we all love our junk food and our guilty pleasures. Pizza. But when it comes to our heart health, we need to be a little more mindful of what we're putting in our bodies. You see, a diet high in saturated and trans fats, sugar, and salt can lead to high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and other nasty health problems that can seriously impact our heart health. And let's be real, nobody wants to be sidelined by health issues when there are so many fun things to do in life. So it's important to make healthy eating a priority and try to incorporate more fruits, veggies, lean proteins, and whole grains into our diets. And hey, I know it can be tough to break old habits and try new things, especially when pizza is involved. But trust me, your heart will thank you for it in the long run. And who knows, you might just discover a new favorite healthy dish that's just as delicious as your old favorites. So let's give our hearts some love and make healthy eating a habit. After all, a healthy heart is a happy heart. Number 8. Ignore stress. It's time to talk about the final point on our list, ignoring stress. Now, I know we all have busy lives and a million things to do. Hello, adulting. But when we ignore stress, we're also ignoring the impact it can have on our heart health. You see, stress can lead to increased blood pressure, inflammation, and other factors that can put extra strain on our hearts. And let's be real, nobody wants to feel like they're carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. So it's important to find healthy ways to manage stress and prioritize our mental health. That might mean taking a few deep breaths when you feel yourself getting overwhelmed, going for a walk, practicing yoga or meditation, or even just taking a few minutes to do something you enjoy. And hey, if you're feeling really fancy, why not treat yourself to a spa day or a relaxing vacation? Your heart will thank you for the break. So let's take a deep breath and make stress management a priority. After all, a happy heart is a stress-free heart. Well, that's all for today. We covered some important ground on the topic of things to avoid if you have a weak heart, and I hope you've learned some valuable tips and tricks to keep your ticker in top shape. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more awesome health and wellness content. And hey, if you're curious about other habits that could be affecting your health, be sure to check out our next video, Top 10 Habits That Can Destroy Your Health Before 40. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.